1, 2, 3, 4.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another spectacular episode of the Trial by Air Variety Show Podcast. I'm your host, Chaznik Raab, and with me on this episode, I had my friend Beau Maddox from Cocoon Productions come back and offer commentary and a little bit of questioning for some really good friends of ours, some metalheads and old-time blues rockers, Whiskey Ignition. They're from Bandera, Texas, Pipe Creek, Texas area, San Antonio, for those of you who need a metropolitan area to relate to. They've got a few shows coming up. They mentioned that at the end of their set there, so make sure you listen to that. But before I get started with the interview and the music, I want to announce a few shows from some Trial by Air artists that have been on before. Shawn James just got back from Europe on a solo tour, and he's actually heading out with the Shapeshifters on Shawn James and the Shapeshifters tour. They're doing a ton of stops in the United States. It looks maybe like 30 shows or so. Oregon, Washington, Arizona, Oklahoma. He's also making 5 stops in Texas, and the first one is in Dallas on June 19th at the Gas Monkey Bar. Second one is June 20th at Limelight in San Antonio, Texas. I will be there for that one. June 21st at the Dead Horse in San Angelo, Texas. June 22nd at the Swan Dive in Austin, Texas. And June 23rd at the Leftwoods in Amarillo, Texas. To see a full listing of the shows and to get some of the music if you're interested, go to ShawnJamesMusic.com. And some friends of ours, also, they've played 2 of our live shows. They are the Uprising from San Antonio, Texas. They are actually disbanding, sadly. I wanted to announce their show. This is their final show as the Uprising. I'm not sure what that means. I know those guys are breaking off doing other things, so I want to give them a shout out here. It's going to be Friday, May 12th at 8 p.m. at Jack's Patio Bar in San Antonio. Anybody that's listening that's in San Antonio and open May 12th, you guys should go check them out, especially if it is their last show, because they are uber talented. Very great dudes, very humble guys, so we wish them the best of luck in whatever they're doing. That's really all the shows I have to announce right now. The album from Whiskey Ignition, Before They See, is out now. I will link to how to get that in the show notes. This interview was conducted at the Whiskey Ignition Studios on one of their practice nights, so there's some alcohol and some content that I'm just not going to filter because the dudes are who they are. And we had a really good time, so sit back and enjoy the show.
and put it on as a fucking podcast, you fucking idiots.
This is how we roll.
Yeah, slideshow is one.
We're already off to a roll here.
Sorry,
everybody.
I was listening to you, Chaz,
That's
but
right.
William interrupted, and he was, you know, there was this really loud sound of cocksucking going on, so that was William. You're not recording, are you?
I heard that. I was just waiting for the slurping sounds to stop.
Wait, what do you got?
But,
Injury update, Aaron Hernandez, neck, out indefinitely. Too soon? Nah.
all right.
Fuck
No,
him.
not for that
Exactly.
one.
Fuck that asshole. You know what? And he hung himself on the day that the Patriots visited the White House. Oh my god.
That's
dude.
hilarious,
As soon
right?
as I heard that, I was like, hey, good. I think the taxpayers some
That's just
fucking
like,
money,
wow.
you know?
See, man,
It's like, dude, what a dumbass.
supposed to be a political
That's
statement.
like Michael Vick,
Yeah.
the highest paid athlete at the time in the world, paid athlete in the world at the time, and that motherfucker gets caught fighting dogs. Are
That's
you
some dumb
fucking
shit.
kidding
It really
me,
is, man.
bro? Fighting dogs?
Yeah, I mean, I hear that when you're really rich and you've done a lot of stuff that you just get bored.
Yeah.
And so you just start, like, fighting dogs or drowning
he was
cats
raised
or
in that
having
shit.
sex with little boys. Like, you know what I mean?
God!
I mean, that's just what I hear. I'm obviously not rich.
Right.
It's also when you're
So
really-
yeah, we got to stick with the
right,
basic
right.
beer drinking and pissing in the dirt.
Yeah,
I
you know?
still like women my age, you know,
Or
that kind of
older,
thing.
you know?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I still have fun hanging out with fucking old dudes who jam.
Oh, hell no.
Not that you're doing
Are you that much younger?
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm 31. You guys are what?
36.
36. Yeah.
I'll be 30.
I'll be 35 in July.
Yep.
I'll be 37 in
35.
August, so.
Nice.
Nobody in this
He's the
fucking
baby
room is
right
giving
there.
us a dream. Tell you that right now.
Hell no. Nobody's
Dream?
giving up a dream.
It's sticking.
No, we're living it, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like any of us are.
We are living the
We're living in a daydream.
This
Kill
is
that
it.
cockroach.
This is our dream.
1 hour
We got the
drive to
atomic
kills once a
bomb,
week.
Stevie
Yeah.
Ray, and Reservoir Dogs.
Well, I mean,
and that,
And
which
dead-
says it all.
And dead bugs.
your target practice.
That's Simon's, actually, isn't it? Wasn't that Simon's target practice?
Yeah.
That was Simon's, dude.
Simon looks like he has some pent up rage.
Fuck yeah, dude. I was like, that's a perfect thing for the
Yeah,
jammer,
looks like
dude.
it.
It will never leave.
When you go to CHL.
Yeah.
Just Target.
Who made your whiskey ignition car?
Okay,
Your
so-
metal
So this,
sculpted.
what that
thing?
is,
What do you got
what
there?
that is that's black 14 gauge electrical wire.
Mhm.
And there was some dude that worked with Simon that made shit out of copper wire. And he made shit, sometimes he skinned it, sometimes he didn't. So he's like, yeah, Simon, you're in this band. So this dude made this stuff and Simon brought it over. I was like, that's badass. So we just hung it up there with screws. But yeah, dude, it was just some guy that Simon worked with.
It looks really good.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm doing something similar, not with that, but on the ceiling of my studio, I'm using old retired microphones, and I'm using the cords and putting them in different designs, like lightning.
Microphones or headphones?
Headphones.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm doing because I
Microphones
can
for your
use the
ears.
cord from the headphone and make swirls and lightning bolts and whatever I need stars. And
Hell
then
yeah.
I've also got the dangling
Pentagrams,
earphones.
shit like that.
So yeah, it looks
Yeah.
really cool. You know, looks like big old black nuts hanging from the side. So
Hell no, man.
Cool.
it's cool. All right,
Already.
where'd you get that hat, Bo?
I got this hat from the store that I work with, actually. I
No.
work at, actually, excuse me.
They're
They
trying
sell
to
that
be-
down there?
They're
Are you
trying to be
They
cool down there.
did. They did. But, I mean, I pretty much bought the last two that they had. So.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
They were
Did
testing
you
them out.
Like, order them also, so they would sell
I don't know. The owner's brother just decided to bring them in. Like, it's a bunch of other weird random hats, too. Like,
Kush mean?
I don't
It's
even
like
know
the
if he
pillow
really,
on my couch.
I don't even know if he even understood, like, the actual Kush thing or that he was selling marijuana
think
leaves or
he's probably
something.
not.
Like, I don't know. I mean, the guy was from India, so.
Oh, he does.
He knows.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about
He
that.
knows. He doesn't even fucking care.
No, he
He's just
doesn't.
like, oh, that's illegal here? What?
Anything goes. Anything goes.
As we're doing the interview, you should pass your camera around for each of us to take pictures.
Okay.
As we're
that's
doing
a
the
great
interview.
Yeah, actually.
As we're doing
Yeah.
the interview. Just for,
Then we have a
it'll
good
be
view,
funny
like,
because you're the
pretty
photographer.
shitty view.
We are not.
Yeah,
But
no doubt.
Well, I'll just
No
like.
diggity.
We sent a disclaimer.
no, it'll be cool because we'll each get like,
No
and just whatever you
responsible
want.
for
I can
any
take a
of
picture of
that.
Jonathan one time, or I can take a picture of Bo, or the drum set, or anything.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Or just sit here in front of the microphone, click.
Click.
That's my
Microphone.
idea. Fuck you guys. That's mine.
Oh no. We do not allow saliva here.
Again.
Now, is it autofocus?
It's I mean, if you need to focus, it's actually touchscreen.
Oh.
And then so your buttons right up here if you know where buttons are on
Know how to
cameras.
use
It's
buttons?
pretty standard, universal.
You're not gonna be able to use it.
I took art photography, faggot.
There's way too many buttons on that camera.
Did you? I took photojournalism.
I took art photography with
photojournalism, but it was
Mr.
like one button.
Ravel. He was also my art teacher, but he was
Wind it,
teaching art photography
button.
with Miss Van Dyke. But she had a different class, so I took
Yeah.
Mr. Ravel, and it was an awesome class. We had to just go in the dark room, just in the dark, do everything with the film, dude. And then we had to take it out, pop, and then take it actually into the dark room from the film room, and then do the stop and the set and all that kind of
Does it
stuff,
not
or
take a
whatever
picture
it's called.
Shutter doesn't go.
yeah.
Guess this one.
Oh no, the booze is out, kids.
Guess this
So I
one.
was trying to take one of
Yes,
those.
that's okay. Anyway,
Uh,
here, pass it over to Josue.
Your head, and it wouldn't. Like,
So, like, if you caught that comment, like where you
asked
asked
Justin
Beau about his cap, I'm gonna take a picture of Beau's cap because I'm like, dude, that's
Cool. I have it on
but like you
higher
match,
shooting
you like
speed now,
coordinate,
so-
Beau.
Yeah, I just had to color coordinate, you know.
That's awesome, dude.
I'm
Beau is
a metal
coordinated.
fashionista. That's what I am.
Kentucky Deluxe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
$8 a
Cheap
bottle.
whiskey.
I mean, you don't have to. Josh just said he wanted some.
Well,
so.
we're shooting for an endorsement from Bullet, but we'll settle for KD.
We would totally settle for KD. We would probably get like stickers or something.
Yeah.
Bullet, we'd get like a tour, but KD, we'd probably get stickers.
Yeah. You get these sweet ass crown stickers. That'd be dope, man.
Fuck yes.
With the Cadillac leaves
It's like a rip off
from the Cadillac trees. Yeah,
Wow.
in Kentucky.
I'm pretty
Are
much
you
sure.
guys?
I just hit that button right there on the front. That's it, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Are you guys working on any new material to record, or are you just writing stuff at this point? Because I know you're really still promoting.
We are working.
All of the above.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, totally. We're working on new material to record. Discography, I think, to me personally, but I think as a whole, discography is going to be our biggest thing. For any musician, or any artist or writer, you want to get everything recorded that you can. So, yeah, we're working on new material to record, in
We're
my
always
opinion.
working on new material.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
Warm up for a set of
Yeah.
practice. We'll jam a riff, whatever comes to us, and we try to record every practice that we do. So we have, in case a riff comes out, we jam it, and hey, we'll look back a day later, next week, whatever. That's cool. Let's make that into a song,
So,
Yeah.
so what are y'all aiming for with the new material? Like as far as just sound wise,
Wherever it takes us. We don't really
Right on.
aim for a certain sound. Like
I got you.
We're not trying to be thrashy. We're not trying to be bluesy.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever happens.
It's going to be, with the first album, we got these reviews like, oh, we don't know if it's this type of music or that type of music. It's like, well, it's like, but it sounds like us all the way. It doesn't matter, whether it's, I consider myself a blues man. We're all a fan of the blues. This guy right here, that's his Stevie Ray Vaughan poster right there,
Oh, sweet.
So it's like, dude, at the heart, we're all blues people. So we got those blues elements, but
It's always
at
gonna
the same
sound
time,
like-
we got that heavy influence. So it's like, pow. So
it's always going to sound like us, but
Yeah.
it might sway, this way or that way, but it's still going to sound like Whiskey Ignition, whatever it is.
sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys call yourselves Southern metal.
No.
Yeah.
No, other people call us Southern metal. I call us blues metal.
Yeah, I like the Southern metal thing though, because it does have a blues. There's a lot of blues connotation in the writing, but it does sound like if ZZ Top were doing something a little heavier.
Oh, but yeah, you're looking at like fans of ZZ Top.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up on ZZ Top.
Years ago I guess we not labeled ourselves, but we called ourselves Southern Metal on whatever webpage, and Southern Metal's evolved since then. I mean, the new bands that call themselves Southern Metal that are nothing like us. They get all,
William can't talk because he's handing me that bottle.
screamy and whiny or whatever at their
Yeah,
vocals.
well, the thing is that nowadays, I mean, especially with metal, I mean, you kind of gotta go with the genre thing. That's just how it kind of breaks down.
I know.
These days.
And you go with the genre, and then what happens? Subgenres.
Subgenres start happening.
Like,
exactly.
this is postmodern Southern metal. It's like, what the fuck is that?
I'd actually like to listen to postmodern Southern metal. That sounds. I guess that's like Kylesa or something. Like,
I can't wait.
Maybe Mastodon to some degree.
People ask me, all the time, what kind of music is Whiskey Ignition? Best description I'd give them is Texas hard rock.
Yeah.
There you go.
To me, we kind of, I'm the new guy in the band, but I've been listening to these guys for a while, and it's the sound to me is just it's hard, it's heavy, but it's not, it's not exactly doom metal.
Who's your favorite band member before you joined?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Lee.
You're on the spot.
Lee Wainwright. The dude he was going to replace.
One show with us.
Hey, Lee Wainwright is a good friend of the band, by the way.
So Lee was gonna play bass.
Lee played bass.
Really?
Lee played bass. Fuck yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well, one
It
show in
was
San
one
Marcos he
show
played, and then the
at
second
Gold
show
Crown.
he was going to play was going to be the one we got shut down with Wild Tinderbox at the saloon there in Bandera. And we told these promoters we were going to get shut down, and they're like, no. And it's like, sure enough, they shut it down.
Why they shut it down?
Oh, okay. So Wild Tinderbox was playing, and the bar owner comes up, and he goes. He's talking to him on the
floor.
floor.
Tell them who Wild Tinderbox is. They're a rock band out of Austin. I mean, they get some heavy stuff. They're not heavy.
Great band, great guys.
They're not
They're
as
a
heavy as
rock
Whiskey
band out of
Ignition
Austin.
is.
Yeah, good friends of ours, so we invited them down
Yeah.
for this to play in Bandera. So the bar owner comes up and he stops the music, and I'm outside and I walk in. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I walk up there, and the bar owner's saying, y'all guys, y'all just need to calm down. Like, and I was standing next to him like, oh my God, dude. You don't even know.
How old was this guy?
Well, can you slow it
I don't
down?
know. He was like 45, 50-ish. Nah,
Apparently
mid-40s
that's
at
when
least,
I think
dude.
so. I was thinking in his 50s at least.
Well, the manager was in his 60s.
Okay, manager.
But the owner was the first guy to come
Thinks
up.
we're
Cowboy hat.
nitpicking.
The one who shut it down at the end.
Yeah, it's the manager.
Yeah.
But the first guy who came out was the owner. Anyway, he said, y'all calm down, and I'm looking at him, and I was like, hey, what's the problem here? He's like, you're just a little too loud. They need to just calm down
You
or
guys are just
turn
too
it
darn
down.
loud.
Yeah, too darn loud and all this stuff.
Fucking
And
Back to the Future on
I
us.
looked at him, I said, hey, man, I said, we're Whiskey Ignition. We're the headliners. See on your board right there, Whiskey Ignition? He's like, yeah. I said, we're heavier than these guys.
Yeah.
He's like, what? I was like, yeah, we are harder and heavier than
gonna be
these
like
guys.
twice as loud.
And he goes, you're heavier than this? And I was like, oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, and he sort of walked off, and the guys from Wild Tinderbox looked at me like, what do we do? And I was like, act like you're turning it down, but don't turn it down.
Yeah.
Fuck them, fuck these guys, this is my hometown, but I don't care. I said, but these guys are acting like bitches, So they fucking played, and it was like another song and a half, dude.
Yeah.
And the
Third
bar
or
manager come
fourth
down.
song.
It was a third song, man.
Third song.
And I went out to the
Which
promoter.
bar was this?
This
Wild
is
Horse
the
Saloon.
Wild Horse.
Oh, Jesus.
The Wild Horse Saloon
not
in
not a
Bandera,
big-
Texas.
Not what you would call a metal club.
They were probably looking,
The horse ain't
they
that
would do
wild.
it.
Shit. They should have called it the old and decrepit ranch horse, is what they should call it.
they were probably looking for two types of music, country
man,
and western.
There was a ton of people there, and as soon as they shut it down,
Yeah.
all those people took off, and we had a good amount of folks coming
yeah.
to see both bands.
Yeah.
None of them came either, and we all took off to the Coop.
Yeah, we went to the Coop, dude, and like the Coop, like 60 people, pow,
Yep.
left the Wild
Yeah.
Horse and went to the Coop.
Yep.
We were like, oh, and they're asking, what's happening? What happened? As they shut us down, I was like, promoter paid us.
And the owner,
I was like, I said, we got paid. I said, and they got paid. Actually, what I told
And
them.
the owner, the manager, like apologized the next day. He's like, man, I guess I shouldn't have done that because
Yeah.
ran everybody off to the bar when he kicked the music out, man.
Stupid bastard.
Yep.
Stupid.
I remember seeing him when we played at the rally.
Oh,
On the
yeah.
stage. We're up there on the
Yep.
big old stage.
Because they were running the Wild Horse was running the beer in the sidebar.
Yep.
Wow.
I've
still
never
playing.
been in the Wild Horse.
I can't
I
say
wouldn't
I
waste
have
my
either.
time.
I mean,
No, I don't really go to any of the bars here unless I'm giving a tour of Bandera
we were basically playing on a concrete garage.
to somebody from like out of
At the end
country.
of the bar.
Dude, honestly, it wasn't that bad. Wild Tinderbox,
It
our
sounded
sound
decent.
it was our sound. It was ours between ours and Lee's PA equipment. Dude, it sounded good, dude. I was like, wow, dude. Even their chicks were just like, wow, it sounds amazing. We didn't think that'd happen. And it was your PA head. We were
Yeah.
using your 1,000-watt PA head for that one. And
It's 1,500.
Oh, is it 15? Oh, sorry.
Get it right.
Even
More
100-watt PA
Get
head
it
owned
right.
by
1.21
Chaznik.
gigawatts to be exact.
Wow.
Channel 2 is blown like a motherfucker in that
Channel 2
thing.
is blown, but we did try to
Yeah.
run speakers from that.
I do it now. I learned how to do it at the last Trial by Air show, and now I piggyback them in my studio, and it works just fine.
Hell
they actually
yeah.
don't get as loud. I can't get them as loud as they would be, but for that small amount of space, it's fucking perfect. I can top them off right where I need to be. So
Awesome. That's
I don't
good
know how
to know.
dangerous it is.
Going back to that show.
It's low voltage.
Big
They-
thick chords.
They
It's
shut
just a
down a Wild
signal.
Tinderbox. They shut them down, Okay, we start breaking down. The guys, we want to hear something slow that we can dance to, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And right away, as soon as, they stop, they're breaking down, they start blasting fucking AC/DC.
Yeah.
Like, blasting it. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
We're like, what the fuck?
They're like Back in Black and
That's
Thunderstruck and
nostalgia.
shit.
Yeah, let's two-step to that.
They should have played Metallica's cover of "So What." That would have been perfect, right?
that'd have been beautiful.
Bad
He
call,
knew
brother.
he fucked up.
Well, I think that's been a problem in this town for a really long time, is the assumption that loud music, rock music, is going to run people off.
Yeah.
But
He just
what
bounced it that night.
what happens is we have to go play in San Antonio, so it actually runs people out of town in general.
Yes,
Those people that maybe could go to the show and buy a beer at their bar now are driving all the way to San Antonio to spend their money at Jack's or Zombies or wherever to
And
see you.
And it's hard to be those
Yeah.
bands in San Antonio because they don't all want to drive that far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But and you look at towns like Fredericksburg, and they got
A
they
noise
have
ordinance
Der
now.
Dival.
But they have a noise ordinance now for stuff like that.
Yeah, for outdoor live music, man.
Outdoor.
Yeah, for outdoor. But Der Dival is
Der
this
Dival's
little
right on Main-
dive metal bar right on Main Street, Fredericksburg. In Fredericksburg,
Fredericksburg?
Texas.
It's about as
Dude,
wide as
we
this.
played it
Dude,
And it goes
twice.
I
played
saw
it twice
I saw an
in
article
1 year,
online,
which is
and
unheard
their
of.
Dival got in the
Yeah.
top 10 best bars in Texas.
Yes,
I
dude.
don't doubt
And hey, Shawn
No
said
TVs in the
he
place,
goes,
just metal music blasting, memorabilia up and down.
No
the
TVs.
wall.
That's
No
"Oh, dude,
That's-
it's
that's
awesome,
what's
dude. They got like
3
Slayer
beers on
shirts.
tap,
They got all kinds of
Yeah.
metal shirts on the wall.
Motorhead
and there was just
stuff,
one
yeah.
space left for our shirt, and I talked the bartender into putting our shirt up there with all the big dogs.
Oh,
you know,
man,
I was
that
like,
is fucking
hell yes,
Yeah.
dude.
Fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
Or like
badass
between
little
like
Yeah, dude.
Motorhead and Slipknot or some shit like that, you know.
Oh, dude, it
Whatever
was
the
such
fuck
a
up
great
there.
place to play, man.
That's fucking rowdy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Der Dival, dude.
It's a real
Highly
fucking bar.
recommended, dude.
What's
Fredericksburg,
that name again? It's
Der Dival, but it's spelled Diewell, right? D-A-I.
D-E-R, next
DAIWEL.
word, yeah.
Oh, okay.
D-A-I.
okay.
But
One
it's
more time,
the-
Josh.
the Divel. It means
Divel.
like
Yeah, that's
holy
what they say.
shit.
They say Divel.
It's like a
Sounds
you know,
kinda
it's a
German.
slang like
It is
Oh,
very
yeah.
German.
Holy
It means
shit.
like holy
Fredericksburg.
smokes.
The
Or
ladies
like,
that-
it
the
really means
ladies
like
that own
holy
it are
shit,
from
but when they post
Luxembourg.
it, it means holy smoke. So
Where's Luxembourg?
I walked in.
it's some tiny ass country
and
in the
Simon
middle of
walks out.
Europe,
This
I
is the
guess.
first
I
time
don't
we
know.
played it last winter, and he goes, "You're not gonna believe
It's probably
this place,
close to
man."
Germany.
And I walked in, and Shawn, the promoter there, who books all the bands, and I looked at this little space, which is literally, dude, bro, like, see that poster right there? We're talking like 8 feet from the edge of this room, and about
Oh,
this
man.
deep.
Oh, yeah.
All 4 of us
From
got to
here.
fit in, and then the front door is right here. So I'm singing right in front of the front door, and I walk in and go, "Holy shit!"
The
And-
width of the bar
and
is
Shawn
like, here's
goes,
the wall, there's
"Exactly."
the bar, like where the stools are. And it goes all the way back. Like,
Yeah.
it's from here to there. Like,
Dude,
deep.
but it is one of the dopest clubs I've
Yep.
ever played. I would play it any day. Any day,
Nice.
dude. And they pay like that. And they love our music, which
Yeah.
is just like last time we were there, we were on the radio
Yeah.
because they had a live radio
yeah,
feed
yeah.
there.
What's
That's
his
right,
name?
dude. Rebel Radio
Yep.
out of Fredericksburg.
No.
92.5.
Glenn Taylor.
Yeah, Glenn
Taylor.
Taylor. Yep.
Yeah, Rebel Radio.
We had an
Me
interview
and
with
William
him.
were on the radio. We're like, hell yes. It was a Grindhouse rock series or something
Yeah,
like
Grindhouse,
that.
something
It was
like
us and the Red Direct, dude. Badass show,
the
dude.
magazine.
We
Nice.
just knocked that place down, man. It was so awesome, man. It was a good shot, dude. For sure.
Yeah, that was fun.
How long have you been Whiskey Ignition?
I think officially Whiskey Ignition, we were like established
2007,
ourselves
I think.
2007.
Damn, this is our
Wow.
10-year anniversary year.
Yeah, dude.
Hey.
10 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because I remember in
Wow.
2007, I took a trip and I got back, and Ernie was still in the band. And that's when we were renting a room at Ampus.
Yeah.
And
Were
he had conceded to Whiskey Ignition, I guess,
Were
already.
we Whiskey Ignition then, or we were still Fajita Kings?
Yeah,
right?
we were
Fajita Kings.
Fajita Kings.
When we got to Ampus,
Oh,
we-
there's
we
a
become
big
Whiskey
whole
Ignition by
weird
then.
story behind
Everybody
this.
kept getting hungry and leaving practice.
Time to go to Taqueria Jalisco.
What we jammed for 2 years. We just jammed at Ampus, not
Yeah.
writing. We wrote instrumental songs, and that was it because we didn't have a singer. And,
And like I said, going back to even now, we were recording our practices back then.
yeah,
But our
Every practice.
songs, our riffs would be 20 minutes long.
yeah, dude. I had
You
this
know?
song. We had this song that I named Giant because it was 19 minutes long, but it was absolutely amazing. It was one of the most amazing pieces. To
Yep.
this day, I'm just like, I don't know how he did this,
Yeah.
and it was just totally off the cuff.
And we have hours and hours and hours of that.
We have,
And
like,
we've
on that
made
computer in
a
there,
ton of our
11
songs
hours
from
of
those
just
riffs,
jam.
You know?
11 hours of just jamming.
From
Yeah.
like 10 years ago or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
Are y'all
Yes.
still
Wow.
using riffs from that
I
time?
use them all the time.
Oh, yeah, we still find them.
All the time.
That's cool.
I'll play them back all the time. In fact, for Slave, dude, you
Yep,
know,
Slave was a
JL
whole
Line is a riff from a song we called Bottom that was just instrumental, you know. It was in a
wow.
different key, but it's the same riff, you know. But yeah, we go back all the time.
Didn't have a glass tag. I thought I had
first live gig was 2009 at España, and it was it was a battle of the bands, and we got second place. That was 2009. So
First
for
live
2 years.
gig and you got second.
Yeah.
Along with the Uprising.
And we lost
place.
some like
It
like
was-
Spanish rock band, like in a
from
Spanish
Laredo.
tapas bar. You
And
know
the
what I mean?
Uprising, you said?
The Uprising.
The Uprising, that was their
It was a
first
cumbia
show,
band.
and that was our first show.
Dude,
But-
they're about to play their last show.
Not with
Yeah,
I heard
Gilbert,
that. I
though,
saw
No,
right?
Yeah.
the Uprising. Oh no, with Gilbert, Lorenzo's the bassist.
Yeah, Gilbert is Rivera. He's a singer now, but I don't think he was a singer when they first started.
I'm not sure
don't
because
remember
when
either.
we played that show with Edema and the Heroin,
Yeah.
the Uprising played before us, right?
yeah.
And after that, dude, they were out loading, and Lorenzo comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, you're Whiskey Ignition, right?" And I was all, "Yeah, dude." I was like, "Yeah, I saw you guys play the Uprising." He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Hey man, we played with you a long time ago." And I was like, "When?" He goes, "España." I was like, "I remember España." He goes, "Battle of the Bands." I said, "Yeah, dude." He goes, "Hey man, just to let you know that was our first gig." And I was like, "Hey bro, just to let you know that was our first gig."
Oh man.
Let's get together and battle.
Oh, dude. So, like, when we played at the Uprising, because I remember when they played at España, and then I saw them again when we played with Edema, and we were sitting out back with Lee, because Lee was our road manager, and Josh had actually stepped in. You stepped in that show, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that was,
he played that show.
Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, right? And the door had cracked open in the back, and I could hear Voodoo Child. Dude, whoever was playing Voodoo Child on stage was just
The Uprising.
killing
Yeah, the
it,
Uprising.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And the door cracked open. I heard Voodoo Child, and the door closed. Like, oh. And I didn't put my drink down.
No way.
I put something else down. And I went inside, dude, and it was the Uprising. Just killing it, dude. I was like,
Man,
these
yeah, that
guys
sucks. They're
are the
about
shit,
to do their
man.
last show.
Nuh-uh.
That's a great band.
Why?
Yeah.
I haven't heard why, but they've been posting on their Facebook page. I think it's either the end of this month, next couple of weeks, or in May. Sometimes their last show. It's
Wow.
amazing.
It's not picking up. So
Incredible.
I don't
band.
know if they're branching off into something else or losing members or what, but yeah.
Changing the name.
Maybe.
Well, I know the Heroin was doing a lot, and that's their guitarist.
Yeah.
So, well, one of them. So, you know, it's hard.
And
to,
we played
it's
with
hard
the
to replace
Heroin.
a staple
Yeah.
and continue. But to say it's their last show, that's sad.
Yeah,
it is.
It's not like, hey, we're taking a little break.
I've heard them say it's their last show as the Uprising. So I don't know.
Ah, okay.
That's
a
interesting.
prelude
Because
to
there
something
is
else,
another
or-
band
Yeah.
called the Uprising.
And they have to call themselves the Uprising SATX or whatever
Yeah.
to like get any sort of people coming their way. There's already an Uprising band who's doing really good.
Yeah.
Oh, they're mainstream, aren't they?
There's a band called Emerging from the Cocoon, and they're Japanese, and they've been
sounds about
around.
right.
They've been around a long time apparently, and I mean, it didn't fucking detour me, you know.
Yeah. Hell no. I'm glad we pegged Whiskey Ignition because everyone tells me that's a great band name. I'm like, I am really surprised no one has thought of that.
Yeah, look how many band names now start with fucking.
Oh, because whiskey's a huge trend, right? So it should be
ridiculous.
time.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
come on.
Yeah, I think you guys have a great live sound. Your energy on stage is like just super. It's like stoner rock, you know. Like it's just super laid back, but it's heavy as shit. So it's not. It's just not this blast of energy out at you. It's the the music speaking for itself in that regard.
Yeah.
And I think that as far like you're saying, it's your time or whatever, like the whiskey thing coming around. It just blows
Well, it's
my
just
mind.
trendy, you know.
It blows my mind that a band as talented as you guys that have been doing it for 10 years doesn't. When do the eyeballs come to see you? You know, they always say it's being in the right place, the right
Yeah,
time.
let us know.
But you know, I think a lot of it takes work on the band members' part too. Honestly, and we're all guys, you know, that have so many other things on our plates. You know, we all have. You know, except Jonathan here, we got kids. Jonathan doesn't have any
He's
kids. Bless
texting.
him. Yeah.
He's just straight
I
texting.
don't even have
He's
this.
He's picking up his hose right now. He's like, no, I got hose
He's on
though, and
Tinder
those are
right
problems
now.
too. Come on.
Way to contribute there, buddy.
Hey, I got to do something here. Yeah.
But he's got a
I've
day
got the
job
lowest
too.
tenure.
Yeah.
He's got a mortgage to fucking pay. You know, we got bills to pay, and then you can't just like take off on the road on a shoestring. You know, that's just not realistic in our world. So it's like I always thought the first guy who ever thinks about and succeeds in making the common man a radio star will make a lot of money. He's just got to take. It's like Office Space. He's got to take pennies from millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he will make a lot of money, but it's got to
Pennies for
take that
everybody.
brain to do that. And I don't know anything about the music industry, but if that happens, you know, a lot of music comes out of working guys like us, and it doesn't ever surface to anything much because we don't know people, or we're not single, and we can't just take off and live in a
Or
We're
van
not
for 3
pushing
months,
it to
you
the full
know.
potential. 'cause
And
we're
you
not
can't
fucking
pay
paid.
to go
Abandon
on
our
tour.
family.
A lot of the touring, it isn't just paying as you go. I mean, you have to actually pay ahead of time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, to get an opening slot, even for 15, 20 minutes. I mean,
Right.
you bid for those spots through record companies, and A&R people scout you out and that kind of thing, which, yeah, you know, you're paying for exposure. And to be able to go out with a band that, you may not know personally, but you know that their music's badass, you still have the opportunity to go out there and impress their audience, you know?
Yeah.
But people don't have that starting fee, and they can't, like you said, go out on a shoestring and leave their kids behind. You know, just the amount of guilt that would come with that. Not necessarily
but it's
the
responsibility.
debt.
It's
Yeah.
obligation, you know, to your life. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, what's important?
Your
to
songs
you?
aren't that important to you. However, you writing them, you're practicing them, you're rehearsing them. They are important to you, and then this whole career is important. I think the hardest part for me, continuing to be a musician and not just like dedicate myself to the podcast or booking bands and stuff, is just that. It's like how many shows you got to play before somebody that's not your friends, not your family, who are telling you, hey, this stuff's really good. Yeah, I'll be at your show, and they go and they support you. When's it not going to be them? When's it going to be the people that are signing checks
Right.
and asking, like, hey, man, do you have the startup cash? Just fucking ask me. I'll work for the startup cash. You know what I'm saying? I will do what I can to get that startup cash. Let's make it. But it's like, man, how many shows you got to play to be in that? I wish that's an unanswered question. Like
Yeah,
you
I mean,
said.
at this point, it'd be cool. I mean, if you know,
I've never heard an answer to that.
if somebody
fucking
comes to
question.
our shows like, hey, you know, here's $10 million, go on tour, like, cool, let's do it. I mean,
Yeah, because we could just tell our families,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, hey,
you ain't got to
you're
work,
taken care
all
of.
bills are paid.
Well, that's a fantasy.
but you know,
though.
but
I'm
yeah,
saying,
no,
yeah.
fantasy, but that's not why we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're doing it because it's something we fucking love to do, and if we happen to make it rich while doing it, then fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if we
it's a
don't, and if we
piece of
say
us.
just like this, then cool. Would we like to be making money doing this? For sure.
Even-
But,
This is fun.
Yeah.
You know, being with your bros, making music, writing music, recording music, all that stuff's fun. But it is so important to you that you do want an audience, and
oh, you
and-
always want an audience. It's fun playing regardless, but it's not necessarily fun playing in front of nobody. At your
Yeah.
show.
which we've done.
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
Plenty of time.
I mean, everybody
kinda-
has.
you
dude.
kinda
If
have to.
you- If you
We'll still
haven't,
go up there and
you aren't
jam,
even
but
close to
damn.
being there. You know?
It's always better playing in front of people, even if they hate your shit.
That's
Ain't
true.
that the
though.
truth?
No, I would
No.
totally take people playing in front of like 1,000 people who hate my
Just
shit.
sour faces the whole time.
Be like, yeah. At least
Just
you
stay there.
remember who you hate.
I'd rather play in front of 100,000 people that hate us as opposed to 100 people that love us. And
But at the same time, you know, the music supplies much more. You know, it's sometimes when
Yeah,
you
it's a-
got so much going on in your
it's
life,
an
and
out.
you're like,
It's a, you know what I mean?
it's the seam
it's a release.
that really holds us together, you know, as one anyway. You know, as a group, yeah, I guess our music holds us together somewhat until, you know, life takes over. But as a person, you know, it's that stitching that kind of sometimes just keeps that pressure in and lets the pressure out. It's a regulator, so to speak. And a lot of people don't even realize that. So when you're like, oh, you're not going to be rich, you're not going to be that. Well, sometimes it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a form of therapy that I ain't got to pay for. And, you know, my mind is exercised.
It's
my
that you
soul is
scratch and it just fucking
exercised.
feels good,
Yeah,
man. You know?
exactly, dude. Exactly. We don't jam for 2 weeks, and we get that. We all get the itch.
I was
and we
feeling it
come in
tonight,
here.
man. I was like, fuck,
dude,
man, it's been
how
a few
long's it
weeks.
been as a band since we jammed?
Since
4 piece.
March 31st.
Since March 31st, so almost
7
a
o'clock.
month, dude. Right? Almost a month, and we
our
come
show
here
up in Austin,
and just
man.
kill our first 2 songs, just like
Yeah.
pow, because we're all
And
just
it
like
felt
itching.
fucking good.
Oh yeah,
you know?
dude. I was
Goddamn.
like, I can't lose something.
Get a little extra sweaty.
have that music gasm, you know. I mean, you gotta have that, man.
Yes, no, and it happens, dude.
Yeah.
and so we feed off that, but it's a balance, you know, because you can't abandon the things that muse you into writing great music. You know what I mean? If you abandon your family for your personal desires, then it is highly likely that your motivation that creates those desires is going to be lost with what you abandon. So it's a fine balance. You got to understand where everything comes from. You know,
I totally connect with that. That's why I find Bandera to be a really great home base, because the cost of living here isn't so dramatic that you have to spend 60 hours at work. I mean, maybe some places you do, but really, it's the hill country is a really easy place to live. If you have a steady income of 40 hours a week, you can pretty much make it here, you know? And that's what I love about it is you do have time in a small town like this to get together. When I lived in Austin, I spent 3 hours of my day in traffic, and I would have to spend, you know, instead of an 8-hour shift, I'd have to do an 11 to make ends meet, you know? And so that cuts into the passion, you know, the travel to and from your jam space or whatever, just your energy in general. So I felt like I was in a place in Austin where my music was really widely accepted, and I had all the stages I could ask for.
Oh,
But I just
yeah.
didn't have the fucking time because I had to provide for my family. That was more important for me. And I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment on the 3rd story, you know, and working a pretty good job. So, you know, hats off to those people that dedicate every bit that they have and make it to that point.
Yeah.
I'm in a situation like that. I mean, kind of as far as commute-wise, but it makes me want to do that even more. You know, living out here and working in San Antonio. I mean, it's minimum hour there is sometimes an hour and a half getting back. So I mean, that's 2.5 hours. That makes me want to come out here and jam just that much fucking more to release all that fucking stress and tension and just fucking fucking let it go. You know.
Yeah. But you're better than me. So I get frustrated with
Anybody
myself.
can say that to me, Chaz.
I beg to differ.
Oh, come on, Chaz. We haven't even really heard
Everybody
you.
tells me
you
that.
have to
It's
pay
weird.
for
Yeah.
that shit.
It was a pretty hard stroke right there, man.
But if I was you, I would be more interested in me. Do you know what I'm
If you were
saying?
me, then I'd be you.
Like I sit and jam with myself after a while, and I'm like, God damn it! Like I need William here.
I'm just too good.
I need David here. I need my writing partners. Like I can't just be me.
Yeah, right.
I don't do the whole like, you know, break off solo and, you know, do a Chaznik Raab show. I don't think I could ever fully. I'd be like, I'm sorry, guy. I know this is boring. You know, like, yeah, William's not here.
There's a lot of truth in that
David's not
though,
here.
but like I always feel like if I write a riff or write a song, dude, so much truth is in that, because it used to be like I don't know what the band's gonna do to it, because the band we chop it up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what, if Jonathan brings in a bass line, it's gonna get chopped up like in a meat shop. William,
True
Josh,
story.
it does not matter. Me, it doesn't matter. If we bring it in, it's gonna get annihilated by the band.
Somebody's gonna think
But
it needs to be like this or like this. or
Every
like this, or
time
like this.
it's completed, it's so much better than I ever imagined it would
Yeah.
be. And it's like, sometimes I feel like, oh man, I can't. Now it's like,
Yeah, don't
10
tell
years
my
later,
baby who to be.
You know?
Yeah, whether you like the process of it
Yeah.
or not, but at the end you're like, fuck, that's pretty good.
That's incredible. Like, I would have never thought of this, you know, because 3 other minds, you know, put their musical input into it, and it just become something so great, you know? It's like, wow.
And it doesn't always happen like that. That's chemistry, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
and
it is
that's-
definitely chemistry.
That's one of those things, you know, I've had people that don't get it or understand ask me, why at your age are you still playing in a rock band? And I tell them, you know, I know how to play the damn instrument, and, you know, when I'm in my bedroom or whatever space I'm in jamming, you know, I can come up with these little quirky bass lines or guitar riffs, but it doesn't mean anything till I get with these guys.
Exactly.
And I show it to them, or, you know, Will shows me something. I feed.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
all about the
it's
collaboration.
And
definitely
it's,
feed.
you know, I can't make people understand. It's one of those things where, yeah, playing guitar and bass is a hobby until it pays the bills. But, you know, if I'm just sitting in a room plucking on strings, I feel like I'm squandering it.
Yeah.
right.
And here, I don't feel like anything I do is is for naught or squandered.
Yeah.
It's a contribution.
Yeah, to me personally, I mean, that's what really differentiates from like a musician from just a hobbyist or just some dude in his bedroom just plunking around on an instrument, you know? Is actually being able to get together with people, collaborate, write, and actually come up with something new, something that's all yours, you know?
Well,
Yeah,
and
dude,
the
for
reason
sure.
I asked that question earlier about, you know, wanting to take it out there into the world is you guys are influenced by, you know, we talked about ZZ Top. I know, you know, I'm looking around. You guys are influenced by bands that were on the radio, right? And at some point in their time, they were on the radio for the very first time. And that was super exciting for them. And AC/DC probably couldn't fathom that for the next 50 to 100 years,
They'd be doing this.
that's what we'd be hearing.
Yeah.
Dead or alive.
Right.
That's what we're going to hear. Metallica, Britney Spears, in all genres. In all genres, it is going to be a playlist of 40 songs, top
Right.
40 songs for fucking ever. And that's what makes it so hard to get the attention of people, because most people in general are too lazy to go out and find an unsigned band, dig through SoundClouds and Bandcamps and whatever, and just click the download free link and wait for 30 seconds. Like, you know, they just want to hit the fucking Pandora and
Want it
boom,
now.
top
Yeah.
40 in their fucking ears.
And not only that, no one buys an album anymore.
Yeah.
So they don't hear the discography of an artist. They hear that one catchy one, dude.
That's all they
Blind
want.
Melon's a great example.
They hear the
You know,
Rain,
it's like,
you know.
wow,
Yeah.
dude. You only know No Rain. And it's like
Yep.
Blind Melon was one of the most incredible, today one
That
of the most
full album
incredible
front to
bands.
back. Jesus
like,
Christ,
wow,
man.
dude. But so many bands are like that, dude. You know, other bands like Clutch never really got into that as mainstream. They never had a single like Blind Melon did, but
Yeah.
like Clutch, they're still like, I don't know, they're underground, but just barely.
Yeah,
just barely.
they occupy a really, really great place in music, you
Yeah,
know?
they're like
Oh,
in the
yeah,
gray
really
area
great.
of
And
being
they're
super fucking popular,
Uh-huh.
or not popular, but they're making fucking money.
And their following,
Yeah.
dude, they could
Yeah.
sell out places like Stubbs Amphitheater in Austin,
Yep.
who sell it out. And it's like, dude, that place holds like $4,000 of worth of people, and it's like, oh my god, that's Clutch. I'm like, Clutch, little old Clutch, you know.
The little band that could.
I feel like that's what I want to do with music. That's the level that I want it to be at, is a level of infamy, though. Not necessarily on a top 40, but even in kind of a cult following.
Oh yeah,
Because I feel like, even though, like I said, I'm boring, I'm really hard on myself, but I write my music from a place of passion, and I write based on personal experiences. It's definitely very personal the way I write my lyrics. So that's what I think is important about my music. So when I mean I want it to be infamous, I mean I want to be able to connect to that amount of people so that I don't feel so alone in that feeling, you know? And
Right.
so it's kind of like getting answers back from a society that I know I can connect to
No,
if
it's
they
cool.
just,
Like,
if they just heard
especially
it.
like if you're doing it live, and you know, there's some folks that are seeing you for the first time, and you can tell they're just rocking out to every single song that you do. You're like, yes, that guy gets it. You know what I mean? So it's a great fucking
And hopefully
feeling.
he's at the Merc booth afterward
Yeah, and
grabbing a
everybody's
CD.
liking it and spreading the word, blah blah blah. But
I've had some CDs.
That's not really. I mean, I don't know,
It's great.
If the hobby could just pay for itself,
yeah.
that'd be
Yeah,
enough
right?
for me.
Exactly.
That's it.
More
But I
than
mean,
just
it-
gas and a beer
Right?
cab.
As far as like getting
Right.
like going off of that, like you find a guy, you know, at one of your shows, he likes your Facebook page or whatever, and does all this stuff. Maybe buys a CD, buys a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Does he go to any of your other shows ever? You know what I mean? A lot of folks, like, if you make an event on Facebook, you know, oh yes we're going, yes we're going, yes we're going, yes we're going. There's 100 people going to this show on the event,
Yeah.
and then come showtime, there's 5 of them there.
Yeah, that's
It's
trial by error
hard to get
every year.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah,
Pretty much.
Well, it's every single one of our shows.
Yeah. I mean,
know?
yeah, we'll get like
I love
change
you guys.
people like
Yeah, we'll
ready
be
to
there
go,
and
and
bring in
it's like,
100,000
oh.
people. No, you brought negative 100,000 people.
But like some shows, hey, remember that one Friday we played Zombies, and I was like, I hate playing Fridays, this and that. And we showed up as Zombies,
Yeah, we
dude,
did.
and we played, and that was last year when I was wearing the hat, and we showed up and we were
happened to
playing
that
with.
hat?
Oh, I still got it, man, the Windwright hat.
You
But
just stopped.
yeah, it was for anyway. So like we were playing with this band Fulcrum Lake, and we thought that these bands were like sort of like goody,
It was
like commercial.
September 11th show. Remember that?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
We thought they were like goody, like Christian type of bands, rock bands, you know, and they were all playing it safe, commercial type. So I was like, hey, the first song, we're the second to last band. The first song we need to open up with is Eat Shit. Just open up with it, set the tone right off the bat, you know? So, you know, we get up there, and at the time, that year, I was wearing my
So it was
my
a good one
work
to set
boots.
expectations.
I was wearing my Double H cowboy boots, my long bell-bottom jeans, and that big hat that Lee gave me, you know, that big white, like Clint Eastwood
with the
black hat.
knob.
Had
it
his
looks like
fucking
you're-
six gun
oh, no,
right
it's
here.
a flat crown.
Oh, okay.
It was a flat, like Clint Eastwood hat, dude.
Yeah.
So we get up there,
Josie
and
Wells.
oh yes, dude, we killed that set. Like, I mean, murdered that set. And we get off, and people were just like, dude, I feel sorry for the band that's got to follow
There's a
you,
lot of
man.
fucking
Y'all were-
people there, man.
Yes, dude,
Yeah.
and it was jam-packed, but it wasn't even our show.
Yeah.
They were just like, let's stick this band in. I was like, okay.
It was one of those ones we just randomly hopped onto it.
Daddy
the
gonna
zombies.
take over right now.
Yeah.
Y'all sit down.
It is. It's hard going after you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it is.
They just go on stage like, this is a metal show now. You
guys-
fucking
well,
pussies.
It's not that you guys have different music or anything. It's just that you really are well rehearsed, you know, and your energy is so good. And David and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but we practice only before shows.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
David plays from the Cocoon songs in his spare time. I play him in my spare time. He does his death metal thing, and then I have the Chaznik Raab by myself in my garage show. And then we're like, hey, we got a show. And he's like, we should get together like 5 p.m. before a 7 o'clock show that day and go over it. And I'm like, all right, on. And it usually works out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually.
But if we don't get that time in there, and it shows. And that happened at Trial by Error. And I got to play with Group Hug. They came in and substituted because we lost our drummer and our bassist.
Right.
And we got to practice the day before the show one time.
Ooh.
And but we fucking killed it. You know?
That's awesome. Hey, dude, it sounded good though.
That sounds like when I was-
sounded like really good.
That sounds like when I played drums for us for a couple shows.
No, that did not.
Remember that?
But it wasn't
Yeah,
worth
it did happen.
It wasn't worth the
My
nerves,
bad.
though. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's nerve wracking. If you just think for 1 minute, oh shit, I don't know this song. I mean, you could derail, you know.
Oh,
and,
yeah, dude.
There's times where I'll say the wrong lyric to open a verse. And if you do, you got to continue the verse because So then I'm doing verses backwards, and I feel like I tell stories, so my stories are fucked up.
We do. We just played Dirty Dog. Remember when we played Redline? I sang the first verse. I sang the second verse first. Right in the first verse. I sang the second verse, and there's only two verses.
Recorded 2 years
So
ago.
yeah, so they don't care.
You're the
They're all
only one
like
that knows
they're
the
over
words.
it.
It's not that we don't care; it's that
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
used
pretty
to
much.
it by now.
Yeah. No, and they know, dude. I always tell them, dude, I always fuck up the words. Always.
Yeah.
Even at the Trial by Error show, both of them, all three of them. I messed up lyrics at some point in that set. I totally jacked the lyrics up.
But going
And
back to your-
sometimes we play shows where I don't have lyrics all the way written, so I just make it up.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm just going to make that Slave. I still sort of make those up. You know, they are written down somewhere, but I think that I have 2 or 3 versions written down, and I sing each version mixed up. You know,
David
Speaking of well rehearsed, like you said, yeah. But going off, I mean, yeah. I mean, we practice, we get our songs typed, but me and this dude been jamming since the fucking
We were
90s.
18,
You know what I mean? So we kind of have the feel of each other down, and that sounded really fun.
Wow.
God damn it!
really. You finally told the world. William.
Got it.
I don't think we're
Got
gonna be
it.
able to
Stop the
top
tape.
that.
We
Yeah,
got
don't
it,
edit
guys.
that out.
By the way, that is a perfect band name. Feeling to the down.
Yeah.
Feel it to the down.
We had to feel each other down pretty well.
Yeah.
We got the feel of each other, our silky smooth.
It's like, oh, do you use lotion?
I can't even go anywhere else with that.
No, yeah, you're done. You're done.
Everybody knows what I mean, but they heard what I said too.
Yeah. No, basically,
Oh man.
Shut up, guys.
We grew up playing with each other for a lot of years. Like I said, Jonathan. Wow.
Here we go.
Double entendres, people.
We were totally playing with each other.
Okay, yeah, this is going off the rails,
Wow.
guys.
Do you guys feel each
seriously.
other now?
Jamming.
got started
Jamming.
This is what mine looks like.
I didn't realize you guys are so intimate. You know?
Wow.
I knew there was
It's been 10
chemistry.
years, bro.
We just
10
found
years. We've seen them. We've had the sword fights.
He's winking at William right now. We have not
man.
had
Why are you
sword
blowing these
fights.
kisses right now?
Sweat my eye.
Dear Lord.
Me and William have been jamming since we were 18 years old. I think Josh, when I was living in San Marcos, you came up and jammed with me on drums, and I was 21 then, so you were probably 20.
You had an old shitty electronic.
It was a Yamaha.
Rolling.
It was a
And I
Yamaha.
was probably more
It was on the
hungover than
Yamaha.
I've ever been in my life.
Sure.
For sure, it's a
We wrote
Yamaha.
some cool shit.
Yeah, we still have some.
original space
You
rock.
traded that Pulse
Space rock. I like
drum
the sound
set
of
to
that.
fucking Danny Hirsch.
Yeah, Danny Hirsch. I traded him the Pulse and the Yamaha electronic kit for something I don't have anymore. It doesn't matter. But anyway, and then Simon, I had jammed with since I was like about 18, also on and off. So the newest one coming in, which is luckily Jonathan is highly skilled because he just came in and like bam, fit like quick.
There's
At
a
first I was like,
fucking black
I don't know
belt
what that
bass.
fancy bass. It's got more strings than 4. But then he bust out like the tone was badass and he started doing all this technical stuff. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bass.
That
it looks
that's
like somebody
badass.
cut down a chunk of like some cherry wood.
Like a tree.
Ran it through a planer and then just.
Yeah, the top on it is not spalted, burled. It's burled something or other.
Is it
Poplar.
That's I think that's
Poplar.
Burled Cromwell is what that is.
Burl Cromwell?
Earl Cromwell.
Cromwell.
That's a good friend of ours.
I might have to
Junior
beep
Anson.
that out.
What?
Junior.
Poplar?
Yeah, it's burled poplar. That's why I mean.
Oh, poplar.
Yeah, you probably
Spanish
noticed I've
for
been
poplar?
Mm-hmm.
Alamo.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
It's
sir.
the most popular word there is.
Poplar.
Yeah.
Poplar.
You probably
Poplar's a
noticed-
cottonwood. Yeah.
But you probably noticed I've been sitting down through most of rehearsal. I sit down most of rehearsal because that thing weighs 20 pounds.
Oh, wow.
It's
easily.
It's like wearing a tree.
How old is it?
I just bought it about 3 months
So
ago.
it's just a solid
Yeah, dude, he
beast
bought it-
of modern day.
Yeah.
Is
he
that
had different
neck
bass when we
through or
started
bolt
jamming with
on?
us.
It's neck through.
Neck through? Gotcha.
Oh, dude, it's
7-piece neck.
Oh,
5 or
nice.
7-piece. I can't.
Yeah,
I have
good,
to-
right?
And what brand is that?
Incredible, dude. It's like, wow.
Sorry?
What brand is that?
It's Ibanez BTB.
Ooh, the BTV basses are nice, man.
Yeah, dude.
I like the 6-string one that they got, man. That's
I'd
really
like
sweet.
to move up to a 6 if I can. I picked this one up off of Craigslist. Stupid, crackhead cheap.
Oh wow.
And I wanted to tell you how much I paid for it because it was crackhead cheap.
Yeah.
But,
Did it come with crack?
anyway, no. I was expecting there to be some residue on the case. But,
Yeah, man, you got to have at least a little bit of crack if you're going to buy from a crackhead. I mean,
yeah,
you know.
It helps you really bond.
Did you check for residue
There you go.
and scrape it off? and
Just
try
like
to
a rub on the neck and then
load
get
it up in a bowl?
gums and everything.
Just go for it.
Jonathan Button
No.
Hell yeah.
I used to play bass guitar back in the day.
I remember
there.
that.
bass.
That
Slap in the
was those were simple times, my friends.
I remember that. I went to that show at the Cabaret that you did.
I dabbled
back
in the bass
day.
myself.
Back in the day.
We've all dabbled in the
Once.
bass.
I myself,
a great instrument. I
I
love
started
it.
off as a
I
bassist.
played bass in this band.
I still have my bass. I can't get rid of it. I love that thing.
I
funny.
sang in his band at one point.
Everybody's a bass player, but nobody wants to be a bass player.
know
on
why?
the contrary,
Same
I
here.
enjoy it.
It's got
I
the
actually enjoy it. I like, like Cliff Burton and Les
If I didn't play
Claypool.
drums, I played bass.
think the fundamental part of the music as the basis
Exactly.
in a lot of places.
Well, you know, it's
It's the color of the band.
It's color. It gives it color, but you know, it's like the best description I've heard of the bass player is you hear the guitar, you feel.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's great.
So,
Yeah, that's a great description.
You feel it's. Or if you want to go to the cheesy Facebook meme version of it, it's, you know, I'm the guy that makes your girlfriend dance. So,
Well, we were talking.
I beg to differ, my friend.
Yeah, on the Chappelle show. It's not.
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
were
rest in
the
peace,
last
Charlie.
band that we interviewed. They're called Phantom Chatter. They're out of Bernie. Psychedelic rock, kind of experimental space music.
That's cool.
Very interesting.
That they think of their music and always look at it as a living thing. So when they're all playing together, they're all trying to basically feed the living thing, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And that's where they look at their chemistry. Like how, you know, you guys play with each
They
other
do a lot of
and
drugs.
fill each other
Yeah,
up.
dude, but we take like you said earlier, like,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff happens from our jams that were what I would call organic music. You know, we're not coming in with something pre-written. We're just like, hey, what do you got? Or
Yeah, we don't
maybe
come
you
like,
have a
here's a
riff,
song,
and then
play it.
everyone else
No,
just
nothing
kind of
like
builds
that.
off of it, and that's what I call organically, produced music.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, and it's the best kind. It has the most feeling. The
I
most
don't know that
heart,
we've ever
most
come
soul.
into the practice being like, hey,
Yeah,
here's a written song, and here's
I
how
think
it
New
is.
Blue.
I've
I came with
never
New Blue.
play to this.
Predetermined riff.
But like, I didn't tell you, I didn't tell Simon, or I didn't tell that dude what to do.
Even
when
that,
we
it
came
just
in for
kind of
Simon.
happened. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't come in saying, hey, here's the fucking song, play it like
No,
this.
I showed him the
That's
riffs.
never fucking happened.
I showed him the riffs and the lyrics, and I said, "Here's what I was listening to at the time." For New Blue in particular, it was I had been listening to "Hear My Train Comin'" by Jimi Hendrix and "Rain When I Die" by Alice in Chains over and over. I was listening to. I was like, dude, there's something these songs have. So
Hear my train when I die.
I took like 2-3 weeks, and I just like wrote all these riffs, and I wrote the lyrics, and then I just gave it to these guys, and they just boom, and it just came pow together just like
Just
that.
happened, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And a lot of the music I would compliment to being organic. Like, we don't just come in and be like, oh, I got this, don't do it like that. No,
Yeah, no.
it's not like that. I'm like, hey, you're the bassist. That's your department.
Well, like we said,
You're the
99%
guitarist.
of the
That's your
time, it's like,
department.
here's a
You know,
riff,
you're the
here's a
drummer.
riff,
That's your department.
here's a riff. We have all these different
Well-
riffs. We have a million riffs. It's the hardest part is finding a way to fit
There's
all
not a
those
whole
riffs
lot of
together.
there's not a whole lot of prima donna
Yeah.
ego kind of thing going on here.
No.
Well, I think that what a lot of people don't realize is that even some of the more complicated types of music that certain bands play, you know, like your Tools, your Mars Voltas, your Meshuggah, it's like, it's still very much written like that. I mean, it's still very much just riff based, you know, they just jammed on a riff for a little while and they just built up on it, you know. I mean, a lot of people don't realize about the music songwriting and production process.
Yeah, Meshuggah
Yeah.
just like put theirs in some sort of weird formula and just
Yeah.
like say
Meshuggah
play like that.
here.
Yeah.
Or Tool, you know, I mean, hell, they threw the Fibonacci
Oh.
sequence.
Well, they
into
just
that,
did the
you know.
formula, but slowed it down a whole lot.
Oh,
Well,
definitely.
there was one thing that Tool did where it was like a mathematic equation.
Yeah,
going
the
out.
Fibonacci
Yes,
sequence. That's what it was.
exactly,
Yeah.
dude. And I was like, you put that much work in
Wait,
that
what
shit?
is this?
And I hear Jimi Hendrix,
Cool.
who writes some of the most. You can't even duplicate the shit
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix does.
Oh man, that's
And
all
there's no equation to that.
Or, you know,
he
go-
literally bends the mathematics of music, you know, and that's where, like, I think that true, like,
Yeah.
unique genius comes in.
Or going back to Tool, they actually have these instrumental tracks on one of their albums where if you actually put it in a DAW and you layer it, it becomes a whole nother song. They actually went through that.
That's
man.
incredible.
That's on like 10,000
Yeah.
Days.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I gotta look into more Tool. I had the 10,000 Days album.
10,000
and-
Days I
and
was not
that's-
into. I bought that on the same day as I bought Rebel Meets Rebel. They came out on the exact same day.
Cowboys do more dope than rock and rollers.
Pantera with David Allen Coe.
Yeah, dude, it was Pantera.
God
man.
damn, one of the best albums of all fucking time.
But no, Tool's an interesting subject. Tool, I loved up until a certain point, and I think I did like the 10,000 Days album, but after that, I was like, eh. The Enema album was like, to me, like,
Jesus
Hey,
that was not a
goddamn
joke,
Christ.
Josh.
Dear Lord, man.
Anyway, so yeah, the
Because he hates
10,000 Days
Tool.
album was fucking cool, and I'll still listen to like satellite radio and hear something off 10,000 Days that I will think might be off of like Enema or Opiate.
Yeah.
And Opiate, dude, if you haven't had a chance to listen to Opiate,
I have.
Opiate is fucking...
I have Opiate, man. That's
it
a great
is
album.
so fucking
Yeah, I
gotta
bad,
check
dude.
that one out.
Like,
That'll be
wow.
nice.
If you want to hear Tool, like, raw before they were compromised by commercial money...
Is that the one that Prison Sex was on?
No, that's
no,
Undertow.
that's Enema.
What was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Undertow. No, that was Undertow.
It was Undertow?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Opiate?
that one...
Opiate's the first album, I believe.
Opiate had that one song...
Don't question Beau and his
what
tool.
you need is someone strong to guide you like
That's a
me.
good one.
And that was on
Yeah.
Opiate, dude. And it's like, yes, dude, that is fucking bad. And they had the bonus track where it's like, it's this weird, like, Indian music. And it's like, Satan came over last night, and he just on my, arm
Isn't
couch,
that the one that it's called Maynard's Dick or something like
He
that?
just-
It
on my
might
arm
be.
couch.
No, it's something really fucked up.
yeah.
Like Satan came over and did some obscene shit on my couch, and
Yeah,
I might be
yeah, yeah.
confusing him with Zappa. I'm not sure,
Might
but
be.
That sounds
I'm
like some
like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at Undertow, man. I mean,
Either
first of
way,
all, that's
you're
like
probably not wrong.
99 tracks. Most of them are silent.
Yeah.
Then at the very end, they have a hidden track where it's just like this rhythmic tribal drumming, and then they just start saying, "This is necessary. This
Oh, yeah.
is necessary."
Yes.
And then it just builds up, and then it just stops, and all you hear is just outside crickets. That's all you hear. You hear crickets and
Wow.
katydids, and that goes on for like another 10 minutes or so.
that's how that one Morbid
amazing.
Angel album started. It was the crickets.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then I was like,
yeah.
I saw them over there for
I love
Pantera.
the-
Jesus fucking Christ. Heaviest fucking concert ever,
you're gonna
dude.
cut that Lord's name in
Nope.
vain, right?
We're keeping
No,
that.
maybe not.
Man.
Okay. We are
The
Whiskey
heaviest show I've
Ignition,
ever been
and
to.
we
Jesus
don't give a
doesn't
fuck.
listen
Morbid
to the
Angel.
podcast.
Nothing Face, Soulfly, Pantera.
Soulfly.
I saw Morbid Angel at
Pantera,
I saw
dude.
people
the White Rabbit.
crying in the floor of Freeman Coliseum. Chicks crying.
Just melting.
The entire floor was a mosh pit. The entire floor. The chicks were crying, like help, like screaming for help, trying to get out. And I was just like covered in goosebumps. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. Like they're playing like Suicide Note Part 2. It's it's like
Yeah, man.
like there was like nukes and like people dying everywhere, or whatever. The Earth was ending. I was like, oh my god.
The very first Ozfest I went to, Hatebreed was one of the headliners on the second stage. And when they did that song, I Will Be Heard, like, they just called for a huge circle pit. I'm talking, and it was like a
What year was
massive
that?
circle pit.
04?
It was 2000.
Okay.
That was 2000. And it was the very first Ozfest I ever went to. I went to like 4 of them. And, man, this mosh pit was incredible, man. Like, I mean, it was just the biggest circle pit. Everybody, just as
Yeah.
far as I can see, just going and running around in one huge circle.
The best Ozfest
awesome.
I ever
Yeah.
saw was 04, and Hatebreed is part of it. It was.
I think I went to that one,
It was
too.
Unearth, Hatebreed,
Uh-huh.
Lamb of God,
Uh-huh.
Slipknot.
Slipknot. I saw.
All the
I was
singers.
at
I saw
that
one with
show.
Slipknot, but hey,
Slipknot
Jesus,
opens up
And
the
now it was like
one with
August
Slipknot.
8th, and it was on the fucking parking lot pavement.
Exactly.
And so it was
Yeah.
already 110 degrees without that. So it was like 150 degrees in the fucking parking lot.
Dude,
My long ass.
Did me and you go to the O2 Ozfest at Verizon where Black Label opened the main stage and Mike Inez from Alice in Chains was playing bass for Black Label, right? Black Label first band.
I remember that. I was
Dude,
there
Black
too.
Label, dude, first band on main stage, and he's like, "Fuck rap rock, fuck all that bullshit, pussy shit," just killing it, dude. And like the bands
Oh,
to follow him were
Limp Bizkit.
Papa Roach,
Oh no.
Linkin Park,
Yeah, Limp Bizkit was
Crazy
in there.
Town. No, Limp Bizkit wasn't
Yeah,
there.
Crazy Town.
Slipknot was the one before Black Sabbath, because Black Sabbath played the fucking Ozfest headliner. It wasn't like Ozzy and Zach, because Zach
Yeah.
opened the main stage with Black
Crazy
Label.
Town, though.
Yeah,
Crazy
dude.
Town.
My sugar, my baby.
What happened is
whatever.
they pissed off the crowds at Ozfest and they never recovered from it. Like,
Yeah, dude.
there was this one time where they were just like, "Fuck all of you! Come at us! Throw everything you got!" And people just.
I remember
strong
Yeah, they
shit at
did
it.
that.
I saw this
rock,
I saw
bro.
this report on them, dude.
Golf balls and shit,
Yeah.
man.
Here's a bullet.
Yeah.
They were getting so messed up, dude. So messed up on drugs and alcohol and shit like that. Which, as we speak, I'm drinking whiskey like
Yeah,
a fish.
yeah.
I thought that was
But-
coffee this whole time.
No, yes,
Are you telling me
it's a
that somebody
coffee.
in the band Whiskey Ignition is drinking whiskey?
Oh, don't tell.
Don't tell anyone about that.
But like, apparently they were just getting so stupid they couldn't even maintain their show. And it's like, dude,
man.
we
Even
had a
Cypress
show.
Hill could hold it together, and they had an 8-foot bomb.
Oh, dude, Cypress Hill was bad, dude.
Yeah.
But like, I remember when we hit that point, Do you remember Bonds? We had Rick playing drums. And
Vaguely.
I told the guy, yeah, record this because it's going to be badass and all that shit. This was so many years ago, right?
We
were playing
showed up.
Bonds. And we had gotten down, we were downstairs, we were playing late, so we were downstairs. They were selling $5 liters of Shiner. So we're just down there tanking it, dude. Getting just hammered, dude. Hammered. $5 liters, dude. At my bar, we sell $5 half liters. They were selling $5 liters of Shiner. Just So we get up on stage, dude, and this guy named Roach is recording it, right? And fucking Todd, this guy Todd, who's wearing a Rat or Warrant cut-off T-shirt, you know, and huffing spray paint and shit like that on the side of the stage, dude. I'm not even lying, dude. This is like happened, right?
Oh my god.
His light controls are a bunch of. It was like a bunch of light switches duct taped together.
Yes.
On the side of the stage, he just taking his entire arm. On off, and hitting them all at the same time.
Once,
on off.
And he asked us, he goes, hey man, this is sound man, you guys got any blow? And we're like, no, dude. We've got some whiskey in our gig bag over there, and it was a handle of beam, right? And he's like, okay, thanks. So he goes there and he's like, clunk, 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 and we're like, this guy's running sound and lights for
In
us?
between, like I guess there's one band that opened up for us.
We couldn't speak.
Before we went on, between the band that opened up for us and us setting up our shit, he takes out this random Stratocaster body,
no
and
strings,
is spray painting it, no
the
neck,
side of the stage,
just black spray paint on the
just fucking
stage.
paint everywhere.
So there's like toxic fumes all into everybody. That
Like
didn't help
ridiculous.
us that night, probably.
But no, it didn't help us. But we didn't need Todd and his fucked upness because we were totally hammered, right? So we get up on stage, and you know, to this day, I don't really remember any of this, but Roach recorded it for us on the house system. So we get the recording back, and we get to the song, and we bomb Black Thursday. We literally stop playing it.
Fucking thing.
We stop playing it and start over, and it's messed up, dude. It's so messed up. We get to eat shit, and I say, and I don't remember saying this at all. I say, this next song's called Eat Shit, and all you motherfuckers can do just that. And we bust into it, and it's terrible. It is horrible.
The
right?
worst.
So we get through the set, and then after this set, these 16-year-old kids get up there and kill Crazy Train.
Like
Wow.
12,
Maybe
10-year-olds.
younger. I think that one of them was 16 at least. And they killed. They opened up with Crazy Train,
I was
and
checking them out, and I hope it
killed
was
it.
16.
yeah, no,
They were
no,
kids.
negative.
They were
yeah.
fucking kids.
But like, it was totally embarrassing. So we learned many years ago, hey, dude, it's much better. It's much better remembering the response we get, you know, and not getting annihilated before shows.
Yeah.
Drink
Then we're
after.
older, you know.
Yeah,
I got a Class
exactly.
A
That
license
was
now. I
a,
can't get caught with shit. So
Seriously.
That was a big eye opener right there. I remember
Yeah.
we were sitting there
Oh.
listening to it and just
It was
like
like-
looking at each other like, what, dude? Like
Yeah.
in between songs, just belligerent
like that
redneck.
poster.
"Ah, you motherfuckers," whatever, man.
take a picture of that poster.
I mean, it was
just
just
like
Shiner up to here.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
and it was like the after show for like the Megadeth Slayer show downtown.
Yeah,
one
dude.
time,
It was.
dude.
I mean,
Oh
it was
my
the
God,
worst,
it
dude.
was-
I gotta tell you-
lessons learned.
I gotta tell you,
Have
only.
guys ever?
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead, Beau.
Only thing worse than that probably is having to deal with a drunk person in the studio. Like that's the one thing I can say coming from an audio engineering
Great
perspective.
segue.
And none of us
Yeah.
are.
Into what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
I would rather do that
would you do that?
as opposed
I mean, you're
to.
paying for that time.
Exactly.
Why would you go in there incoherent?
There's some people that will do
I
that.
thought you meant like,
no.
here,
Seriously.
in
Not
the
unless you're
studio
Aerosmith,
recording.
dude.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
want
yeah.
mountains of cocaine.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely.
Yeah. I got offered an opportunity to record at Willie Nelson Studios.
Pedernales. Been
No,
there.
not those.
not
I
Pedernales.
recorded there successfully. This was Arlen Studios, where MediaTek is. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? Where they do Willie Nelson's internet show now. But
No
back then it was MediaTek. It was a school. And a buddy of mine was going there, and he's like, hey, I have a project. And my project is produce a band. So come in and record an EP so I can do it. Okay, we already had our 6 songs. Already good. Down. We've been practicing the
Nice.
shit out of them. Now let's add the edge. Let's take some acid and go in there. Way to kill an entire recording session.
Oh my god.
Where'd you kill the next
We
24
did
hours?
nothing. We did nothing for 8 hours. Like we
That's
tuned
it?
our guitars
8 hours?
horribly for about 8 hours.
That's it.
That's all we had for
On
that
acid.
day. That's all we
Yeah,
had for
dude.
that day. We were allowed to come back for the next 6 weeks if we were good. If we recorded something that he could use for a project. And We sat there for 8 hours just tripping balls in that studio, not doing anything. We recorded a lot of music that we thought was great. And so a week goes by, and I'm like, Rusty, dude, how's the music? How did it come out? And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, the shit we recorded, he's like, you didn't record anything that I can use. Like, there's nothing I can use. Like, the first 3 takes you were out of tune. And then the next, like...
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
And I've never been so ashamed, you know? So, you only do that once.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Hopefully.
we've...
When it's on your dime.
It was free.
Yeah, right.
So
So,
when it's on your dime, it's different. Like we went in with Salmon Peak, and we were like, I told these dudes, I was like, dude, we gotta have everything buttoned down, like as tight as
We
can
did.
be. 'Cause everything's gonna come out on the recording, everything, you know. And I don't want to waste any time. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
No, everything did come
Are
out
you
of the
taking
recording.
a piss?
Are you taking a wee?
Yeah, so
No, but I
I'm in the
mean,
loop.
for our first album, we put out 9 actual, songs. We put a couple of filler tracks in there to make it 11 tracks, actual digital tracks. But we recorded 11 songs in a matter of 2 days. You know, it's 10 to 8 Saturday, 10 to 8 Sunday.
mm-hmm.
It's basically all day Saturday was drums and guitars. All day Sunday was vocals and Justin's guitar or a couple things here and there.
I can hear you pissing in this microphone.
Oh, totally.
At least he's aiming it outside.
Yeah,
this
it's-
time.
Yeah, right. At least.
Like coming through Jonathan's mic.
At the very least.
Is
Hey.
it really that sensitive?
Yeah.
Put the pat switch on.
I filmed you guys in the studio. I have,
Yeah, you did.
I
Fuck yeah.
Actually, I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, you lost all that, didn't you?
Sadly, I had it all on a hard drive that...
There's a
It's on Facebook.
couple on
No, we
on
got
YouTube.
some pictures that he took.
Yeah, I have
No, but it's
pictures
on
from that
Facebook.
session.
Not all the videos and all.
There's a
all
couple
the,
videos on
but the
YouTube.
pictures are.
The shit that was
Yeah.
posted and tagged to us is.
I started making
but
a
he had
little...
so much more than that.
like a little mini documentary about
Yeah.
like the session and stuff, and I had it all on this hard drive. And
man.
it was literally half an hour of that process.
Have you tried recovering that hard drive?
Yeah, it's toast.
No,
I've sent it to
sucks.
2 different people. It's toast.
We'll be back
I
in the
lost my
studio soon
son's
enough.
birth. I lost a lot of shit on that
man.
one.
A little more important.
Why are you not
Yeah.
passing the camera around, Chaz?
But
Why are you not shutting the fucking door? You're letting all the goddamn
Oh, sorry.
Letting all the piss-
coons in. You're letting all the
piss
coons
fumes.
in.
All the skaters.
All the piss fumes.
You gotta pass as we get more and more.
Why are you not
toxic.
passing the beers around, asshole?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, Chaz,
Why
yeah.
aren't you-
for that?
You need only ask.
Gracias, my friend.
you guys have any shows coming up locally, far away?
We have a May 13th show at Zombies.
We have a May 13th and a September 23rd right now. So
September
we have
23rd, yeah.
all in between to fill. We're kind of looking to do something in the summer. Maybe a little.
I don't know about
sometime this summer where we can do a small 3-night thing, like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of thing. Maybe
San Antonio,
Corpus, Houston, Austin, or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you guys have, I'll put it up on our show notes. For whatever you have booked right now, I'll put it up in our show notes.
Yeah, for sure. Right now we have May 13th at Zombies, and I think September's at Zombies also. So
we'll be making a special guest appearance. We've been invited to a June 10th.
We're not playing that.
No, we're not playing that.
Yeah,
but
we're just going
we have been
there.
invited to a show.
Mark's birthday.
Mark's
Zombies.
birthday. Yeah, Mark, the lead singer of
Odometer
and Las Cruces.
Yep.
And Las Cruces, legendary doom metal band from South Texas from the 90s,
That's a great band.
His birthday isn't on that day, but that's going to be the weekend of his birthday
Yeah,
show.
I'm sure it's on Zombies' website. I mean, his band will be on their
Yeah,
calendar.
but they're not announcing it as a birthday show. She goes, it's going to be a surprise, and I'd like it if you guys would be there. So I was like, I think I'm going to have to go.
Yeah,
that's such an honor for
17.
you personally to invite me,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't not do that.
Dude, it has been really fun hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate you letting us come in and prod you. I know you have the itch, and you
Invading our privacy.
probably didn't get the itch scratched all the way. So
No, we're going to work on some little more stuff.
cool, man. Well,
Yeah, y'all want to?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Hell yes. Yeah.
everybody, this is Whiskey Ignition. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. We'll have all the links to all of their social media networks.
Instagram,
Spotify.
We have Twitter, no matter how unoften we
Are we on
might
iTunes?
And I can
We're on
almost
iTunes,
guarantee
Spotify, iTunes.
if you reach out and you ask for a CD, they'll get you one some way, shape, or form. So please do that. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you for coming out, man.
Thank you, sir.
Fun.
Wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, that was Whiskey Ignition from Pipe Creek, Texas. Great interview. It was a really fun time. I don't even know if you could call that an interview because I think we really only asked about 5 questions. But, very revealing. Thanks for being open books. And you can tell there's a lot of chemistry and a lot of brotherhood with those fellas. So check them out. In my show notes, I will have links on how to find them on all their social media, wherever you're looking at this, be it iTunes or SoundCloud, Libsyn, even YouTube. Oh, and also in YouTube, this is going to be a first. I'm putting the pictures that we discussed in the interview that Justin was talking about. He actually came up with the idea to pass the camera around between people and let everybody take pictures. And not everybody is a photographer. Not even mine came out really good. That's the whiskey probably, but there's a lot of pictures. So I'm actually going to put together a slideshow for the YouTube version of this podcast. So if you're listening to it on SoundCloud, you can actually breeze on over to YouTube and check that out as well. Also, we kind of picked up a little bit of support. They're going to be doing some blurbs on their podcast, which is sort of a missing 411 thing. It's actually not affiliated directly with them. However, it's a friend of mine she's a really good friend of mine, has been since we've been children. And she has been building these amazing campers. They're for simplifying camping. And it's for the outdoorsman, the adventure type, definitely. They're called Armadillo Camper Kits. And you can look at them online at armadillocamperkits.com. They're very unique. And they've actually just put out this new one. It's called the Tejas. It's a 5x10 camper. It's 1,200 pounds. It's completely fold out. It has a fold out couch with a queen size bed in it. It's also got a pull out kitchen, TV, AC, all of that, and still room to kind of move around and really enjoy your space without all the mosquitoes or perhaps the weather or whatever, a temporary shelter. But these things are super mobile. Check them out at the very least. Go to armadillocamperkits.com. They're out of Pipe Creek, Texas. You can call them for a consultation if you're really interested. They're super affordable and they can work with you. You can customize these things. It's 1-877-931-6266. Talk to somebody today. Other than that, that's really all I have to say for you guys. I'm hoping to get some new interviews this month from some more Texas bands. We're really active on Twitter right now. We're almost up to 500 followers. We're bumping some other podcasts on there, so check us out. It's TBE Variety Show. That's it, you guys. Everybody have a wonderful month or week or whenever it is that I get to the next podcast. And follow the golden rule.